This year we don't have a specific goal that we're trying to reach except to bring the heart of SPUD back.
SPUD itself changes us.
SPUD to me means a week of fun and chaos.
Because we can leave a lasting impact on people's lives.
A week of giving.
The one thing that the whole school gets behind.
The littlest thing that I do can make a difference.
It brings everyone together.
It's the one week that everybody really comes together and gets behind what the school is doing.
Being a part of something that is so much bigger than ourselves.
SPUD is the best week of the whole year.
Community, community, community. And students performing unselfish deeds, that means so much more to us than, anything. And I know SPUD has changed a lot of our lives.
You know that it's difficult, I've shared this with you, difficult for me to be on this end of something so huge.
Well, it's great because the more awareness you give to any subject, whether it's autism or sometimes people are scared of people that are different.
All the support I'll be getting from the community and everything, it's a morale booster, so that'll help out.
It's been difficult at times to be on the receiving end.
I'm glad you guys have that program.
So everything helps.
I will be a supporter and an advocate and a promoter for SPUD forever, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
When looking to your eyes, it's like watching.
Been married for almost 10 years, 2 kids, been military for almost 7 years.
So when did you come back from Afghanistan?
March 17th.
You know.
St. Patrick's Day.
Oh my God.
Working part-time at 7-Eleven. Make a little extra money.
Please do not take this lightly. Conditions today are favorable for large, long-track, potentially violent tornadoes.
Right behind it, Mike. I think we've got another one maybe spinning up.
It will hit the Warren Theater. If it doesn't veer off, that's exactly where it's going to hit and cross I-35. We prefer you go to an underground shelter or a basement or a storm cellar or a safe room or something of the like, or just get out of the way.
Yeah, hi Mitch. We are learning new information about the location where we are going live. We are at the 7-Eleven gas station. I want to show you what it looks like here. It's completely wiped out. There's just trash, shelves, some of the structure that has just collapsed on top of each other. The employee of the 7-Eleven and a mother and a 3-month-old girl climbed into the freezer of this gas station, hoping to provide some protection for themselves, but they did not get out alive.
Well, I got to work early. I had left a doctor's appointment. You know, by the time we heard the tornado siren, everybody, we all went into the bathroom, and we were probably there for, I'd say, probably about 2-3 minutes before the tornado hit us. Bree was in front of me. Megan and her baby Case were on my right side, and there was 2 older ladies, and then our manager, Josh, and a guy between them. And you can feel the pressure change whenever the tornado comes. And I just put my arm around Megan, and I grabbed onto Bree to try and hold on to him. And yes, I remember the roof coming off and then the wall coming down behind me, and I guess I was knocked out for a couple minutes. But I woke up and could still see stuff flying around, and I guess I was pinned from the waist down, and I couldn't find anybody. I thought they would still be beside me. I was the first one they pulled out, and had 2 punctured lungs and couldn't feel my legs or anything. The ambulances got there to pick us up. They had found me, Bree, and Athena, and Josh, and they hadn't found anybody else. So it was I guess the one thing I remember is, yes, my mom telling me that
we were trying to keep the whole baby and mom from him until he was more stable, because that is actually the first thing he asked when we walked into the hospital and got to see him. He asked about the baby, so I had to tell him.
That's pretty much the only thing I remember from the hospital.
She was born just 2 weeks early, so not too bad, but she was really tiny. She was only 5 pounds 6 ounces, and she lost a lot of weight, so she got down under 4 pounds. And they actually did not think that there was anything with her heart or anything. They sent us home.
That's right.
And said she was fine. So at her 2-month checkup, I was like, okay, I'm really, really concerned. Could you just listen to her heart and just tell me that I'm crazy and that there's nothing, and then I'll feel better. And he listened to her heart, and he got a concerned look on his face, and he said, you need to go to the hospital and have her checked.
They checked her out, and of course, she was so tiny, and you could tell something was wrong. And what happened, they found 3 holes in her heart that they had missed.
They were able to patch the largest hole. They put a little Dacron patch sewed in there, and then they sewed up another hole, and then the 3rd hole, they would have had to do a larger incision to be able to get to it. So they decided to wait because they're hoping it will close up on its own. It's in the muscular part of the heart. So the 3rd hole is still there, but it's small and it's getting smaller. The muscle of the heart can actually heal itself. So we're hoping it'll be completely closed up and we won't have to do any more surgery. We don't want to do that again. But yeah, her cardiologist is very thrilled with her. She's doing wonderfully. So, and she's actually off of all of her heart meds at the moment. So, so that's a huge thing. Well, we as soon as she was born, we figured that probably she did have Down syndrome. But of course they don't tell you right away. They suspect, and then they want to do blood tests and confirm everything. But the reason that she was such a puzzle for them when they were testing and everything prenatally is because she has mosaic Down syndrome, which means that she has 2 cell lines, and one is typical with the typical number of chromosomes, and the other is the Down syndrome part where she has trisomy 21. So it makes her very interesting. She's part of a genetic study at the University of Virginia. They're very excited. You know, it's probably not a good thing when doctors get really excited when they read your case study, but but they are learning from her and other kids like her, and trying to figure out ways to help them. My name is Jennifer Toperzer, and I'm an instructional coach here in Norman at Jefferson Elementary.
So what do you do with that? What's the instruction?
What is that? Yeah, a lot of people ask me that, so good question. What I get to do is I work with all of the teachers in really improving their teaching. So I will often be in their classroom modeling a lesson for them, and they're watching me, and then we talk about it, or I'll watch them and then give them feedback. Everything was going really well in 2013, and in the summer, things that kind of changed a little bit. Some symptoms were happening, and kind of got scared of what was going on, and I would say that August 22nd really changed my life. And that's when I was diagnosed. I came out of a surgery that was about 7 hours and was meant to be an hour, and realized that my new normal was starting. So I guess on one hand, I would say the end of 2013 wasn't very great, but in some ways it's been actually a blessing. There are dark moments that I choose not to show just to anybody. So I always start that conversation with them, letting people know that it's okay. Like
letting others who are going through this know that you aren't always going to be positive. But for the most part, I feel like I have a responsibility to the people I love, and I have a responsibility to myself to live in a way that shows that whatever's given to me, that it's a blessing. And the amount of brave people that are faced with that diagnosis, how they've touched my life, and how I want to continue to give back to people. And so I have another year to go, but if all goes well, and I really have no doubt that I'm on the right path, and they're really amazing people taking care of me, and I feel strongly that I'm going to win this. I don't mind that I have another year to go. It's really actually security for me, knowing that my doctors are taking care of me this closely. So the people that I have in my life that have recently been diagnosed with this disease, if I didn't have this experience, I wouldn't have been able to really be there for them and to understand what they're going through and to say, hey, let me give you some tips.
You're obviously, a huge supporter to others. Who's been, a big supporter in your life? Who's, been kind of a rock to you?
Well, my husband Max, for sure. You don't know until this happens to you how much the people that love you will really show you their love.
He took her in his arms and said, that's what my love is for. When you're weak, I'll be strong. When you let go, I'll hold on. And when you need to cry, I swear.
So I would definitely say my husband Max, I'm thankful for him in ways that I never would have known. We've been married 15 years. 15 years in August, just a couple of weeks before my surgery. So it was kind of like, oh, awful anniversary present, but we worked through that. I have the best friends in the world. They're really my sisters. My friends Sarah, Kristen, and Shannon, they're a machine. What they did for me during my recovery from surgery, which was about 8 weeks, and then going to chemo with me, making sure my needs at home are taken care of, making sure my husband's taken care of as far as food, for instance, or whatever he might need. They even did our laundry. Who does that, right? But family. So I would definitely say my 3 best friends who are really more like sisters.
You help me find faith. Oh.